Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor's salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Past the Salt podcast being recorded live on March 19th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor.
And I'm Matthew.
And we, of course, have a wonderful show lined up for you today.
All right. And big poggers.
Big poggers.
Yeah. And just going through that, housekeeping stuff real quick. Let's knock that out. Of course, so we do thank you for guys tuning in today, especially the ones who are live on the channel. Hey, it doesn't mean a lot. I know with it, if you do like what we do, of course, we do ask that you subscribe so you get notified when we go live with stuff, especially when you hit the bell. If you like our video as well, just show it via the like button. A great way to do so. If you also want to, follow us, different platforms, other things like that, Twitter, tech_4, the number 4_ thought, Instagram, tech_4, spelled FOR_thought. And, and we do have that membership if you really wanted to show your support. $5 a month, cool emotes, cool badges, and you also get plenty or some membership exclusive content when we get that up and rolling, which I think will be nice.
Yes, it'll be awesome. So what have you been up to in terms of any new hardware this past week or anything like that?
So in terms of new hardware and stuff like that, I honestly don't have anything interesting or exciting on that part.
Okay.
I usually don't buy tech or things in little chunks.
Yeah.
I just usually tend to one wave get a lot of things.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Outside of that, I've been up to not too much this week. I've been trying to get through some games. Haven't really had too much time for the games, but yeah, it's been fun.
Gotcha. All right.
What have you been up to?
I've been playing around with this fun little program on my PC.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically, it's called a Fubar 2000, and it's a media player.
Okay.
It's a audio player specifically.
Sounded much worse
yeah.
than just the name implies there.
It's not even the actual acronym how it's spelled. It's FOO bar, so it's fire bar.
Interesting.
Foo, because Foo. Anyway,
Foo Fighters, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm familiar with them.
All right. Cool. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice having native music player on the PC, so that it's the goal is to eventually cancel the music streaming services.
Yeah.
So no Spotify, no Tidal, no Apple Music, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your music from?
Places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yar fidelity.
Places.
So that's been a fun project you've been working on.
It has. It's really cool, customizable with the skins and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Neato. Anything else interesting?
No.
You beat Elden Ring.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. So what have you been playing for video games? Completely forgets.
You said.
I said, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You started with the gaming question there.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, beat Elden Ring. Very good game. I rate it a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Everyone should go play it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, go play it. Get good.
All right. Is it still streaming?
Yeah, we're still streaming.
Okay. I just saw it freak out a little bit, so.
Yeah.
I'm in performance mode right now, so the frames won't drop.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, we got chipped.
Yes. Got Oleander Rainbow, one of our long-standing viewers.
Yeah, welcome back.
Of course. Oh, Jesus, what did Apple do now? It says, I'm going to watch the new Batman movie later tonight, only because Riddler didn't snort crack and drink vodka Red Bull. Also, he has glasses.
Awesome.
That is an apt way to describe most Riddlers.
Yeah, that is true.
Ketamine addict, if you may.
Yeah. We're also going to go see a movie tonight.
Yes. We do.
Not Batman.
No.
Not Batman. That is probably on the list for later, but
Yeah.
if you are a fan of anime... Oh, we got the...
Sean, grab us waifus, please.
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
I was about to say we forgot the waifus, but speaking of it,
Podcast canceled.
Got the waifus, 0 out of 10.
right?
Yeah.
But we've actually going to plan to watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie if you are into anime. Really good show. Strong recommendation.
Yeah, I've heard the movie is pretty poggers.
Are you going to be using that throughout the entire podcast?
No,
Okay.
I'm just talking around. I chose the wrong time to take a drink of water.
Why?
Because Sean was like handing us stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you're good.
I got it. I'm the one that was closest, so cool.
Alright, excellent.
Hey, look, garbage is on the left.
Why'd you grab it then?
That was the garbage.
Okay.
I see it was garbage.
You gonna wash your hands after handling the garbage?
I'll just burn them off.
How's that look?
Didn't
That
the-
looks good.
Did the garbage all over your Matt's keyboard?
Oh, cool. That matches with kind of our thing. We're trying to do blue and orange.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
That made sense.
Notice how blue is the primary color because it is superior?
Yeah.
You could say better, even.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a dis SEO podcast from now on?
No.
No.
Come on, man.
I'm not allowed to go on too much of a tangent this podcast.
Definitely, we have a time constraint.
Yes.
We won't be here for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of, like, time constraints, just diving right into it,
Yeah.
about our first news subject.
Really quick, Elena Rainbow says, I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but I do like Nanami Kento as a character salaryman.
Oh, yeah.
He is best guy, 100%.
Facts. He is my favorite character in that
Yeah.
show.
Yes, he gives me Yoshikage Kira vibes, minus the murder in hands, of course. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because he calls me brother.
Brother! Yeah, Toto was awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
All of them are awesome.
Yes.
Can I talk about the first
Yes, go for it.
news subject?
Yes.
All right. For the first news subject, brought to you by videocards.com. And as you'd expect, despite Apple's claims, M1 Ultra GPU is not as powerful as a RTX 3090. So Apple may need to reconsider its M1 Silicon marketing. The company was claiming that their new chipset called M1 Ultra, equipped with 64-core GPU, is as good as a high-end desktop GPU while consuming 200 watts less power. As proven today, the claim couldn't be further from the truth. And Apple, pulling up here, oh, it's just scroll too far on my side. Apple's Mac Studio with M1 Ultra chip is a small form factor computer designed for content creators. The M1 Ultra is the newest chip from Apple, featuring two M1 Max chips attached to each other, offering 21 teraflops of graphics compute power. Teraflops really mean nothing, let's be honest. The GPU has access to very large cache of 128 gigabytes of unified memory, which is 5.3 times more than NVIDIA's most powerful consumer GPU, the RTX 3090. Which, yeah, that's true.
As of the time of writing, yes.
Yes,
Although that might change in like 10 days.
Yeah, but the graphics card specifically was targeted by Apple marketing when company claims that their chip is offering identical performance in industry standard benchmarks while consuming less power. And today's Apple lifts the embargo on Mac Studio reviews. The test conducted by The Verge has shown the M1 Ultra is no match for the RTX 3090 system. Apple Silicon fails to offer better performance in gaming and compute tests featuring OpenCL API.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Surprised to no one, as you could probably see the graphs there.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I show the graphs and I'll finish
I
it.
don't think Apple ever said you were going to be playing video games on it, to be entirely fair.
No, okay. That is true,
Yeah.
but it's saying equal in terms of power. Then one of the easiest and conventional things to do is just run a game.
Right, exactly.
But as I say, the Mac Studio system tested by The Verge is a more powerful version offered by Apple, retailing at $6,200 US.
Yeah.
The system has 20-core CPU, 64 GPU, and 128 gigabytes of memory. The RTX 3090 is, with its recent price drop at retailers, will cost considerably less. Those looking for the best performance may consider waiting for the RTX 3090 Ti, though.
Yeah.
Depending on how much money you have. We'll talk about that later.
Right, exactly.
But, I mean, is it a surprise to anybody that Apple is just completely, leaving out info?
No. It's like Apple's graphs used to always be like fairly intentionally vague and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like people are like, it'd be nice if you got a little bit more specific with them. And now they got more specific with them, and now it bit them in the ass. It kind of seems like, although I don't think this is like the graph that Apple showed off. I'll pull it up here on the screen, and whatnot. I don't think this is entirely false. It's not false necessarily. It's misleading because the graph doesn't show the full power curve and whatnot. It caps out right where the M1 Ultra caps out and everything, but then it's like the 3090 can still go maybe like another few hundred watts higher.
Yeah,
and that's going to be cranking out more power the more power you move to it. The graph ends here right where like the M1 Ultra caps out for power. So yeah.
If you want like a great demonstration or video on that exact thing, MKBHD literally has like a graph laying that out. Like this is probably what half of the RTX 3090 can do. It could go up to like 500 watts easy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's roughly capped like 320 here. So it's got some breathing room.
Yes. So it's like, at the beginning of the performance or like the power curve and the M1 Ultra is going to use less power, perform pretty well and whatnot compared. But then it's like the 3090 graph keeps going for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Because that thing will just draw more power and get more performance. So.
Which is neat.
Yes.
Honestly, though, it's not a surprise.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know why The Verge tested like an actual video game on it. At no point did Apple claim.
Like I said, it's just an easy test to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of knew what the game performance would be based on the M1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, with it all, it's just basically take the M1 Max and double it.
Yeah.
And that's literally everything.
I just think gaming on a Mac is stupid.
Well, yeah, but people do it anyways.
Really?
Yeah, when it's your primary thing that you use, it's not uncommon for people to game on Mac. Is it the best demonstration? No, but is it the easiest for masses to understand?
Maybe. Yeah.
Would you like?
I don't think.
Do you think your normie would look at an OpenCL benchmark, say like a Blender or something like that, versus a video game?
I think like a summary store, like a Geekbench store or something, would be.
I know,
Also
but in
better
terms
to,
of
like, a
like
simple
an
one.
article like that.
Oh no, definitely not. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why they.
I guess another part of my point is that it's just like I don't think people are gonna be buying a Mac Studio to game on.
Cool.
God, no.
So
It's called Mac Studio.
yeah. So there are more meaningful tests or benchmarks you can run on it to convey performance to the target audience.
Yeah, but you're as a website, you're not just. There is a difference between target audience and current audience.
Yeah.
For The Verge, they're not an Apple website, so
No, I know.
So that's not relevant to do like benchmarks like that.
Okay.
It just wanted to appeal to whoever's typically going to read it, and it's easier for the masses to understand frame rates versus outputs of render times. For the masses,
I don't know on that one because it's easy to tell like, oh, this time is lower than the other.
yeah, but you'd have to explain more into why this may perform better in this program versus another one, and
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a Mac. I'm a PC. Mac, don't game on me. PC, I'm useful for all domains.
Facts.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But that would be my devil's advocate of why they were using games. I know it's not the best indicator,
Right.
but that would be the explanation of why.
okay.
To be fair, in MKBHDs as well, he did gaming tests.
Yeah, that is true, and I still take issue with that also.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, it's stupid to consider something not like that. Because is it not the primary thing? No, people are going to still use it for that, though.
I guess I wouldn't run, if we ever tested a Quadro, I wouldn't run a gaming benchmark on a Quadro.
I would.
Okay.
It's like, because it's one of those things of that's like, what's going to appeal to the biggest audience?
I generally...
That's the idea behind it.
I guess it's like, I don't know, unless I was considering a Quadro, I probably wouldn't watch a review on a Quadro, but even if I wasn't, I would be more interested in seeing how it performed in actual, like, performance tasks or something, and not gaming tasks. Like, even if I wasn't interested in buying a Quadro, if I was just, like, just for entertainment, looking at, like, a Quadro review or something, I really wouldn't pay attention to any sort of, like, gaming test for it, because it's just not for it.
See, that's the thing, though, but you may not.
Yeah.
But say LTT, for example, whenever they'd bring on Quadros and stuff, they always game on them.
Yeah, it's presented as, like, a novelty, though.
Yeah.
And they always say it's like, this is not a gaming card.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They're doing things to get views.
Okay.
That's the same thing that applies to The Verge.
Okay.
It's more easy to understand in that part, and it gets better clicks.
I find it stupid, but whatever.
I mean, you could find it stupid, but it's the thing that works.
Whatever. I'm wrong. Fine.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm just saying why they do it that way.
Okay, and I think it's stupid that they do it that way.
Okay, in the end, don't buy a Mac.
Don't buy a Mac for gaming. How about...
Yeah.
Just don't buy it. You can build a system so much better for $6,200. It's a joke.
That is true. Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing like video and photo work or even audio work, Mac is really good at doing that. If you want a game, why the fuck would you buy a Mac?
I wouldn't even argue it's that necessarily good at it. It's just Apple tends to have better first-party software.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even
Which you can
stuff,
only get by buying the hardware.
like
Yeah.
Adobe programs run so much better on Mac. Like
It's
every
kind of a
time I make thumbnails for us,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using my PC, because for some reason Photoshop is glitching a lot. Even reinstalling drivers, reinstalling Windows, I still have that issue. So I just do everything on my Mac now.
Just use GIMP.
Open
I
source.
don't like GIMP.
Open source Photoshop.
Yeah.
Learn GIMP.
I've been using Photoshop for almost 8 years now. I'm used to it. I want to learn something new.
Inferior product. Willing to settle for an inferior product because you won't learn a new one.
I was forced to learn Resolve to be fair because of the new camera.
Yeah.
And
And Resolve is a better
I
program.
would say I would argue Resolve
But,
might be better than Premiere.
I tried GIMP on Matt's PC.
You don't know how to use it.
Exactly, and I don't like it. I like Photoshop. It's simple. It's easy.
But do you
I
only like
would-
Photoshop because you know how to use it?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool features. Like when I make thumbnails for you guys, Photoshop has a new feature called Quick Selection.
Okay.
So it gets you guys only,
Mhm.
instead of me spending like 10 to 15 minutes like erasing all tiny parts of the background, make sure it looks good. But with Quick Selection, it takes like 5 seconds. And like if GIMP has that, I'll consider GIMP. If it doesn't, I'm gonna stick with Photoshop.
I don't know if they have it based, but I would imagine there's a plugin for it. Because because it is a free program, the support for it is massive.
Yeah. Mac is for office and corporate, not everyday people. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
I
I would not
say,
even say so.
Huh?
I wouldn't even say so.
No, we still use Windows at work.
I guess it's like I try to see where he's coming from with that in the sense of I guess especially with like the Mac Studio, if your workplace delves into any sort of like art or whatever, like any sort of like art production or like photo production or like video production and whatnot, and you just need like workstations quick, simple workstations to throw at people, the Mac Studio is probably for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see that, but you're also spending, I guess if you have a corporate budget, that's,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like the same concept behind like Intel's NUC.
Mm-hmm.
Really just like small, fits on the desk, like performance computer and whatnot. It's easy for like a corporate office to buy just like a bunch of those, set people up.
Yeah.
For me, Mac Studio is definitely not for me. I like the horrible Apple world, and Jesus Christ, that studio monitor is pretty bad for the price.
Yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit about that or no?
Sum it up, $1,600 monitor. You can't switch out the stand. You can't remove the cable without practically breaking it.
No HDR.
No HDR. Backlit LEDs.
The webcam is awful.
Yeah.
Like you can find a used LG Ultrafine 5K, and it's gonna be so much better.
Yes.
It's not a good monitor.
No. It's
You can buy a Samsung or actually no, for that price, a cheaper price, Samsung's what is it? Their
Odyssey G something or whatever?
No.
Okay.
their new panels that they have with the new OLED technology.
Oh, the QD LED?
QD OLED.
Yeah.
They've actually released their first monitor featuring that panel, and it's a $1,300 ultra wide Alienware, and it's, as you would imagine, baller.
Yeah.
I'd rather buy that.
I mean,
That's awesome.
if you really want an Apple brand, just save up for the Studio at Sierra, what the hell it's called. It's a beautiful monitor, but oh my god, why is it? It's $5,000.
You can
Plus the $1,000 stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't forget. Yeah. Don't forget about that.
Honest-
Isn't the Vanced adapter like $250 or something?
I think it just has a built-in VESA adapter.
And
the stand
Are you talking about
clips.
the studio display?
It comes with a student display. It doesn't come with the Pro.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever the hell you call it.
I don't know. Either way,
It's like a $250 edition.
the $1,600 one, garbage. $500 one, or $5,000. My bad. $5,000. Let's be clear.
A $500 monitor. Where?
I fucking wish. The $5,000 one is, in my opinion, it's overpriced, obviously, and I don't think it's as good as they claim it to be.
Yeah.
Because it's still not OLED.
Yeah.
I mean, OLED isn't the be-all, end-all for display technology and whatnot.
I know, but
especially on just like computer monitors, because like
But
the
when
issue that OLED has on computer monitors is the lots of static content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is you don't get the blacks just don't look as good. It's not easier to just make that part look nice.
No, that's fair. It's like there are. It's
and
color accuracy is so good.
I'll admit the color accuracy is
I've seen
good.
one in person that's really nice.
Yeah.
I'll admit the color accuracy is good, but it's just when you're trying to like dial in those shadows and on the contrast on that part, it makes it harder.
Yeah.
All right, we don't talk.
Speaking of Apple, not an Apple thing.
Next topic.
Yes. All right. So this article is coming to us from bleepingcomputer.com, one of my favorite names for a website.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have a new concept to introduce to everyone. It's called Protestware, or activistware, whatever you want to call it. All right, and also when open source goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so big sabotage. Famous NPM package deletes files to protest the Ukrainian war. This month, the developer behind the popular NPM package, node-ipc, which is basically like a server runtime sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's open source. It's available on GitHub, and as a result, this is such a universal like program that's used and everything, such a universal tool that's used, that many people that have servers deployed and whatnot have a script set up so that whenever a new version of this is pushed to GitHub and everything, the server that relies on this will automatically pull down and update to the new version.
Yeah.
New fits, which I disagree with having that set up, because if you have a corporate infrastructure or any sort of like server infrastructure relying on something that's open source and whatnot, you should have a robust testing environment that's isolated just to make sure nothing fucky-wucky happened, like this. So anyway, this month the developer behind the popular NPM package node-ipc released sabotaged versions of the library in protest of the ongoing Russo-Ukrainian war. Newer versions of the node-ipc package began deleting all data and overwriting all files on developers' machines, in addition to creating new test files with peace messages. With over 1 million weekly downloads, node-ipc is a prominent package used by major libraries like Vue, JavaScript, CLI. And select versions of the massively popular node-ipc package were caught containing malicious code that would overwrite or delete arbitrary files on a system for users based in Russia and Belarus. It would get the IPs, and if they were Russian or Belarusian IPs.
Yes.
Yeah. These versions were tracked under CVE 2022-23-812. On March 8th, developer Brandon Nozaki Miller, aka RIA Evangelist, okay, fascinating, released open source software packages called Peace Not War and One Day Test on both NPM and GitHub. The packages appear to have been originally created by the developer as a means of peaceful protest, as they mainly add a message of peace on the desktop of any user installing the packages. The code serves as a non-destructive example of why controlling your node modules is important, explains the developer. It also serves as a non-violent protest against Russia's aggression that threatens the world right now. But chaos unfolded when select NPM versions of the famous library, also maintained by the developer, were seen launching a destructive payload to delete all data by overwriting files of users installing the package in Russia and Belarus. So yeah, that's pretty much the article here. This is just a bunch of, it goes into very nitty-gritty details and whatnot.
Nice. So as Oleander Rainbow said, so hacktivism but ethical.
I'm not sure I would describe it as ethical, just for the sole fact that this has the problem of like a lot of collateral damage and whatnot. Like it can target the Russian or Belarusian IPs, which is fine and whatnot. But there are some data centers in the like Central Asian bloc and everything, in like say Kazakhstan or something like that, that I will actually use a VPN coming out of the data center to make it be a Russian or a Belarusian IP, which would have probably been hit by this.
Yeah.
Also, so I understand the intention, and I don't necessarily disagree with the intention either. But it's basically
Collateral damage.
yes, it's too much collateral damage,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't thought through all that well.
I wouldn't say that it wasn't thought through because it had its intention and it does its intention. There just happens to be side effects because places use VPNs.
I'm saying someone that's developing such like a in-depth package probably should have thought about that.
VPNs.
Yeah, because that's a very common practice
Yeah.
in the industry and whatnot. So
I mean, could they probably consider it? In my opinion, yes, but it's not worth the time and effort to get out there if you're trying to get it quick. They might have considered it, but just didn't.
okay, so they were acting quickly and they didn't think of it.
No, it's that they were acting quickly and just decided not to factor that in. Like, oh, what about VPNs?
Okay, so just not caring, so just screwing over normal customers that aren't Russian or Belarusian.
Yeah, basically. Like, that was probably the intent behind it. Like, there's going to be collateral damage. Oh, well.
Okay.
That's what I would imagine it probably happened to that with that type of scenario.
All right.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. As Oleander says, I spy an EVA fan amongst Protestware people.
Yeah, maybe.
Evangelion?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Good show.
Yeah. Article also goes on to say the incident upsets open source community. This marks the second major incident protest by an open source developer this year following January's Colors and Faker self-sabotage incident, as first reported by Bleeping Computer. However, the move by RIA Evangelis to maintain over 40 packages on NPM has drawn sharp criticism for going beyond just peaceful protest and actively deploying destructive payloads in a popular library without any warning to honest users. I mean, that does also bring up the point of, this code is going to be present on everyone who updated it. It just won't be active unless, it hits the IP triggers and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that could open you up to further exploitation later by a malicious actor, which hence my point of I don't think this was thought through very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it there.
Okay.
Obviously, you just don't want to,
I can accept your collateral damage argument and whatnot, but
That's the only argument I was trying to make, is though they probably thought about it and just said, eh. That's all I was trying to say.
okay.
Can you guys pass the salt, please?
Yes.
I know, apparently.
I don't.
That's the only comment that I had.
But I don't think I think it's just like incompetence sort of thing. I don't think he was like, whatever sort of thing. I don't think he thought it through, being like, oh, this is going to expose everyone that has this update to a possible vulnerability.
Okay.
Okay.
I have my point of view and you have yours.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mac versus PC.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on that?
Nope.
Speaking of PC,
Right.
Yeah, right. So, also brought to you by Bleeping Computers, Microsoft is testing ads in the Windows File Explorer. So with it, going into the specifics of it, Microsoft has begun testing promotions for some of its other products in the File Explorer app on devices running its latest Windows 11 Insider build. The new Windows 11 feature, quote-unquote feature, was discovered by Windows user inside of MVP, who shared a screenshot of an advertisement notification displayed above its listing of folders and files in the File Explorer, the Windows default file manager. And you can see a little, is that supposed to be a screenshot of it? I don't see a screenshot. As shown in the screenshot, Microsoft will use such ads to promote other Microsoft products, for instance, about how to write with confidence across documents, emails, and the web with advanced writing suggestions from Microsoft Editor, with whoever uses that. As you can imagine, the reaction of this was adverse, to say the least, with some saying that File Explorer is one of the worst places to show ads. Now, while others added that this is the way to go if Microsoft wants people ditching Explorer for something else.
Not just Explorer, the entire damn operating system.
Yeah. But with it as well, Bleeping Computers also tried to replicate this on a system running the newest Windows 11 Insider build, but we didn't get any File Explorer ads. This can likely be explained by Microsoft running an A/B testing experiment trying to gauge the success of such a feature, or by a company disabling it after visible user outcry. This is not the first time Microsoft added promotional messages to File Explorer, as in 2016, Microsoft also showed a OneDrive ad in the Windows application. Yeah, Microsoft wants OneDrive. Everybody uses OneDrive, but it's garbage, and I don't like it.
It is garbage. It is horrible.
I immediately just say hello when I reinstall Windows.
Same.
Yeah.
But however, Redmond didn't stop with the File Explorer and tested ads pushing its free Office web apps in the menu bar for the Windows 10 WordPad application 2 years ago, a campaign with similar user protests. The company also started displaying ads for Microsoft Edge in Windows 10 Start menu every time users search for a competing browser, prompting them to download the new Microsoft Edge. Some of these tests also had unintended consequences, with Microsoft breaking the Windows Start menu and taskbar while testing Microsoft Teams promotions on insiders. And Brandon LeBlanc, the Windows Senior Product Manager at Microsoft, told Bleeping Computers that this was an experimental banner. It was not intended to be published externally and was turned off.
But they were still testing it.
Yeah.
This homework folder is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
They put development time into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The color grade is fucking stupid.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have Unity on the podcast now? This is stupid. All right, boys.
No, this is how you do a three-way handshake, boys.
Okay.
Put your
Oh,
feet.
yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right, next topic.
Okay.
We gotta be careful. We're really smacking the desk.
Yeah. All right. Well, if they do this, I guess I'm gonna make Linux work. Get a Manjaro install going.
Oh God. Switch over to Mac.
Oh no, I can't game on Mac.
Yeah, you can,
No, you can't.
Hackintosh.
How about spending like $8,000?
bro.
Do a Hackintosh build. Come on, man.
No.
It'll work.
This dude.
All right. Anyway.
Acting like you can game on Linux, anyways.
You can probably game better on Linux than Mac.
And do you not remember the Linux challenge
No, I do.
and the struggle Luke had trying to game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, just buy a Steam Deck. That's all you need.
Exactly.
that's true.
Yeah.
All your special games.
It's getting a lot better though.
Huh?
They pulled out. They released an update for Steam Deck. Some games are having problems with like the cutscenes not working, so it never works. So like Persona 5 and 4 just doesn't work at all. They
Okay.
just released an update, now it works.
Oh,
So
okay.
games are not fully playable.
Nice.
Nice. When do you mean Persona 5?
Strikers.
That's what I thought. It's important to clarify because there are 3 different versions, Sean.
You see, the thing that pisses me off the most about like Microsoft doing that is you pay $120 or so for the operating system already.
We do.
Yeah. If you have to get a fresh license for like a very fresh new machine and whatnot, then yes, you do.
Bro, I buy it for like $10.
Yeah.
I'm saying it MSRP is for $120. I know that we can't exactly talk about the other.
I mean, sure we could.
No, we can't.
Why?
There was things on YouTube against like gray market sellers and whatnot.
Nah. Like we're big enough for that to matter.
All right, do you want my points moot? Whatever. All right, next topic.
Somebody's butt hurt. I'm just, like, why is it? I don't find it a big deal talking about that. So I know YouTube may have issues. We are nowhere on such a radar. To be fair,
We have to get used to playing the game early.
Yeah, that's a good point.
eh.
Speaking of YouTube,
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you were someone who runs devices that can sideload apps, particularly phones that can do it and whatnot, then, well, you might have heard of a little app called the YouTube Vanced and whatnot, and, well, it basically offered you all of the premium features of YouTube, like YouTube Premium that you have to pay like $10 a month for, and whatnot in the app for free, because what it did is it took the proprietary YouTube app and then added its own open source code on top of it, and that hooked in a lot of things like ad blockers and whatnot and other like plugins, like browser plugins for YouTube and whatnot, into one app. It's called YouTube Vanced. Been running for a few years, but now I guess Google finally had enough of their shit and issued a cease and desist to the developers. So YouTube Vanced is shutting down after owners receive a cease and desist from Google, coming to us from TechSpot. So the folks behind the famous YouTube Vanced app have announced that they're discontinuing the project due to legal reasons. The decision follows a cease and desist letter from Google that has forced the closure of the platform alongside halting any further development and distribution. For now, existing Vanced users can continue to use the app normally. That is, until YouTube pushes out an update that causes the app to stop functioning properly. YouTube Vanced has been around for a few years, swelling in popularity as an alternative to Google's official YouTube app. Once the latter started sprinkling more, longer ads and sponsored sections and videos, as with browser extensions on the web, Vanced even resurrected the dislike counter on mobile, a feature that YouTube controversially removed from the platform in November last year. It's been 5 months without the dislike button.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Okay. I run the restore dislike extension.
I do too.
Yeah. Anyway, the modded client also gave users free access to YouTube Premium features, including background playback and picture-in-picture mode, as well as added customizations and a dark theme. Ultimately, it had to blip on Google's radar, which it now has. News of the discontinuation was also posted on Reddit, with The Verge reporting that the Vanced project owners were sent a cease and desist letter from Google, asking them to change the app's logo to remove all references and links related to YouTube products. Vanced creators note that the app's current version will continue to work, though an official YouTube update could eventually break it someday. That is, when their API gets a little bit too
testy.
Too far gone. From what Vanced is based on. So anyway, for now, Vanced is expected to function normally for about 2 years, after which it'll become outdated as YouTube and its backend technology continue to evolve.
Real quick, Oleander said, Persona in a nutshell. Who wants to learn about Jungian, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Jungian, I don't know how to pronounce it, psychology, while also looking at a cute animal mascots like Teddy and Morgana.
I'm down.
Who's better, Teddy or Morgana?
Morgana. While we're talking about the mascots in the games, I guess nobody remembers. I guess the toaster.
Is that from 3?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, she's kind of a mascot, but it's just too humanoid.
It's funny because
it's not a cute animal mascot.
So the dancing games, like the logos have the animal mascots, and then 3 is like, oh shit, we don't have one, so just put I guess on there.
That makes sense.
I'm like, yeah, this feels off.
But yeah, going back to the topic on hand for Vanced, I mean, not surprised.
No, I'm surprised Vanced was around for this long.
To be fair, I think what YouTube cares about when going after this stuff, because there's definitely a level of like investment you have to put into a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Is how big of an impact is it having on your sales numbers on that part when it comes to YouTube Premium, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And with it, it's just not. It probably just finally hit a point where they're like, okay, we can't do that anymore. You guys are gone.
Yeah, it was no longer profitable to keep them around. Basically, we're kind of like,
yeah,
it crossed the intersection point where it's like, okay, now we're actively losing money by having this around. So,
and to be fair, I've never heard of YouTube Vanced before.
Really?
Yeah,
nope.
I haven't either.
Y'all need to hit up /G more.
I mean, I'm one of those losers that pay for premium because I really hate ads.
So does he.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I have a student discount, so I get for like half the price. So
I have it bundled in with my Google Drive subscription, so I get like 2 terabytes of Google Drive and YouTube Premium comes with that.
I think it's dumb to pay $12 a month for YouTube Premium.
It's like $15 a month.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to pay more than $5 personally.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, like, I really despise YouTube ads. Like, I don't mind paying a little bit of money for it because I definitely think YouTube's a streaming device, like a streaming app for me.
Yeah.
Because that's my main source of entertainment now.
The Jays, real quick, the Jays a while, Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist. When you say that, Carl Jung, I recognize now.
Okay.
It's just when it's spelled like Jungian, I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm not good with languages, so.
Union?
Carl Union.
Huh.
Even ship yet?
Probably not.
Lord have mercy. I mean, yeah, that's damn YouTube. That's. Oh, I saw an Amazon van go by, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. It's the bookshelf.
Oh, it's bookshelf.
Yeah.
Neato.
All right.
Cool. Well, I mean, that's not really much more to say on that.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power, I think you mean.
Exactly. There is a spiritual successor to the app.
Ad blockers?
No.
That's what I use.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's like on like that does function similar to Vanced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's still a spiritual successor to Vanced that's out there that has not been hit by Google's legal department yet. So research that yourself.
All right.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
But on to the next one here. With it, this is where more Apple goes a little crazy off the rails type thing. With it, Mac brought to you by WCCF Tech. MacOS Monterrey 12.3 update is bricking Macs with a replaced logic board.
Woo! When it doesn't just work.
Apple released the latest macOS Monterey 12.3 update to the public earlier this week. While the new build packs a plethora of new features and performance enhancements, it seems to be bricking some Macs that have replaced logic boards. According to numerous reports, users are not able to get their Mac in a working state. And you can scroll down and read more details.
Will do.
As users shared that the grief at Apple's developer forum thread, citing the update 12.3 builds lead to Macs to endless restart loops, errors, and ultimately bricking them. Take note that the new update only affects Macs that had their logic boards replaced, specifically Apple's new 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro models. And there is, that's another quote, there's a firmware bug in macOS 12.3 that renders updates impossible to install on any 2021 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pro that has a logic board replaced, and just basically repeats itself in that quote. And as per the reports, the macOS 12.3 bricking Macs, there are two potential results faced by users. In one situation, the Mac is bricked and that cannot be further used. In another situation, the Mac finishes the macOS 12.3 update process and reboots to nothing but an iBoot panic message, with a report that also fills on Reddit, where a user says, "When I attempted to upgrade to 12.3 on a 2021 M1 14-inch MacBook, the entire download and then upgrade sequence completes 30 or 40 minutes in upgrade sequence to give you an idea. And when the reboot has not upgraded, it's still at 12.2.1. If the Mac does not wake up after the update, users have to manually put their machines in DFU mode and revive it. However, it requires the users to the use of secondary Macs to get that done. And while the problem persists, one user has advised the following: any attempts to get 12.3 on your Mac will fail with that error. This should be able to get into the DFU though. Wait until you're on an exclamation mark screen, and after a few flashes, then do the DFU key sequence, and the configurator will let you try a revive in recovery mode though, but not sure if that works. I assume that your 21 error, you should be get a 2006 error when trying DFU mode. The second time I tried a normal system upgrade, the screen refused to show anything as a result of the firmware failure, but it still appears in the configurator, and the DFU key sequence still works. We will share more details on the subject as soon as further details are available. Are you experiencing macOS 12.3 brick updates? And end of article, pretty much.
Yeah. Woof! When it doesn't just work.
That's hilarious. Sauron Rajiski gets rid of the dislike button, then the dumbest decision, YouTube history. No, that's completely factual. I can 100% agree. Basically, the same as every other creator.
Mm-hmm.
We all know it wasn't to protect the creator, though. Let's be honest.
No, to protect corporate interests.
And other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Apple made a fucky wucky?
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
So this, going to use the term oversight again, it seems like Apple did not have a robust testing suite enough to test to see 12.3 on replaced boards.
Yeah.
Seems like an oversight on this one.
So it's probably to assume Apple logic. They probably assumed, oh, if it's an Apple repaired replaced board, there shouldn't be an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that Apple tends to store that info on its system when parts are replaced.
Right.
So there was just probably something in there that just trips it when there was a replacement.
Yeah. Apple's whole... Oh, go ahead.
To note as well, it doesn't happen on all replaced boards. Just some of them.
Okay. Then I wonder if the error comes over to I wonder if the error goes over to like when the board was replaced, whatever makes it jive well with the internal security suite wasn't properly done or something.
Yeah.
And so yeah. And
it's
so
the Amazon.
Yeah. And so like any tweaks that Apple might have done to the security suite in like 12.3 didn't wasn't tested sort of thing. Damn.
What?
Huh? Chloe.
Yeah, I know she's going ham.
Yeah.
If you want to grab her, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, to note, it's not happening on all of them, just some of them. So
okay.
That's probably why it snuck through, because they probably don't have as robust testing for that specific thing.
Yeah.
It might have passed one or two of them, and they said good enough.
Yeah.
So
I assume, I don't know. Okay, so see, I thought when I made this statement, I thought it was like happening to all of them, sort of thing.
No.
But no, okay, it was only some of them. That to me means that it's like something in the process of replacing that logic board didn't like fully hook it back up with everything properly. So that would be that. And okay, that's not reasonable for Apple to test the process not going properly.
Yeah. So the it only affects the boards that have been replaced, but not all the boards. So,
okay.
As the article kind of says.
Okay.
Oops.
All right.
Apple, it just works.
Except when it doesn't.
Speaking of Apple, NVIDIA, I don't know.
Right? Okay.
Oleander says, I know Android isn't perfect, but at least their fucky wuckies aren't this bad.
I don't know on that one.
Has your phone ever been bricked from an Android update?
Yes.
Okay. How often?
Not very often.
Yeah. How many times have you had it happen to you, to be more accurate?
Technically twice.
On what devices?
They both happened on my Note 20.
Okay.
Yeah. That you now have.
Yes.
Yes.
That's actually...
Have fun.
You moved my phone off the charger?
Yeah, my phone needed a charge. Your phone wasn't. Your phone wasn't even charging. The light wasn't going off.
I know it wasn't.
There was no
I had it there when I was watching things and.
So it wasn't charging.
You could at least told me you were moving it.
Hey man, I moved it.
Oh really?
All right.
I got that. I'm trying to get it in frame.
On there. Here.
Yeah, you can switch it back. Got that.
Nice. Yeah. Both times the update just fought that. And also like LG, they had the issue of like updates would usually cause the boot loop.
That's also true.
Yeah. So Android has bricked plenty of devices with updates.
I've never had any breaking issues with Apple before. But Android, I've had some like budget LG phones that it didn't do a boot loop. It's just I had to find a way to reinstall the entire operating system because it bricked.
Yeah.
For an update, so.
There's I've heard of iPhones bricking for updates too.
I've seen iPhones brick on updates.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just as good.
Just as good.
Speaking
All right.
Just as good. NVIDIA's new 3090 Ti.
It's just as good as an M1 Ultra.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better in every way.
All right, this is also coming to us from videocards.com. A Canadian retailer lists Asus GeForce RTX 3090 Ti series for $3,683 USD and $4,148 USD. If you're wondering why those numbers are a little bit weird, it's just it's converting from Monopoly money.
Canadian.
Yeah. Preliminary pricing for NVIDIA's upcoming flagship SKU leaves no doubt about the card's pricing. An undisclosed Canadian retailer now lists the RTX 3090 Titanium Tough Gaming Overclock and ROG Strix LC at very high price. Those are two Asus add-in, or those are two Asus versions of it. The Tough model has a price tag, which Tough is like Asus's budget gaming brand. has a price tag of around 33,683 USD, and the Strits might, which is their more like enthusiast grade stuff, might cost 4,148 USD.
And this is their budget.
No,
It's like Apple budget. I mean, you're
Yeah.
buying the M1 Studio for like was it the M1 Max Studio for like $2,000.
yeah, that's
Get like
budget.
500 and whatever gigs of memory.
12.
512.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
Totally worth the $2,000.
Yeah. This information has also been shared by a reliable leaker at Momomo US. Should be noted, however, that these are not the first pricing leaks on the upcoming RTX 3090 Ti from ASUS. More than a month ago, there has been a leak featuring European pricing with even more models. ASUS is also expected to launch an air-cooled ROG Strix OC model, while the liquid-cooled will be a liquid-cooled edition. The only card that has been leaked thus far, though, is the Tough Gaming, as pictured above. The launch of this card has been delayed until late March. The current information suggests it will launch on March 29th, which is also the date retailers will officially start selling this model, as well as the end of the review embargo. And then that's just some fun history on the 3090.
Oh, you see the charts there.
Yeah.
So for like at least looking at the charts, it's going to be a strong card.
Yes.
It's going to be very, very good,
It's going to be hella expensive.
as one would expect.
Yes.
Am I gonna spend $4,000 on this?
Remember when I was
no.
saying $2,500 and you were saying like $2,000?
Yeah, we were both wrong there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys-
By a more of a factor than 50%.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
I'm gonna make my 1080 Ti go until the end of time.
Right. Do you think we'll honestly get more than a around 10% performance improvement on the 3090 Ti?
I think it's going to be about 10.
Okay.
Like looking at the numbers, it could be better than that.
Yeah.
Like it could be 10 to 15.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I'm not expecting like the big differences like we had like 20, 30% in certain generations.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. You're going to be paying more than double the price for...
I mean, to be fair, people, when it comes to the 90 series cards, because they're basically the Titans equivalents of back in the day, you know they're going to be expensive.
Yeah. And the price logic goes out the window.
Yeah.
On the 90 level cards.
What I'm more excited to see is those scalper prices.
Yeah.
It's going to be like $5,000 minimum.
Yeah. $7 grand.
Yeah.
I wonder if like scalpers will even touch it, just because like it'd be difficult to... It'd be a very high upfront cost, is what I'm saying.
Well, it's a high upfront cost. They would still be able to move it though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they'll be able to move it because there's just gonna be a hash rate limiter break on it, and then all the miners are gonna buy it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
It also helps that crypto mining or crypto in general is kind of dying slowly.
Yes. Thank God. Ethereum finally needs to go to proof of stake.
Kiddo stuff says what? What about what?
All right.
What?
I'll just read in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be hot and heavy. Also.
Yes, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Heat your whole house with the 3090 Ti.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish NVIDIA would go back to experimenting more with like the 90 series of stuff, because do you remember, have you ever heard about the GTX 690?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 2 GPUs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, ADM had the Radeon Pro Vega 2, which was basically 2 Vega cards strapped together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish NVIDIA would do like crazy shit like the 690 again.
See, well, the hard part about that is just nobody has cracked that technology very well except Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mainly because Apple probably poached a lot of those people from those companies.
Yeah.
And gave them a budget that was more impressive than those companies.
Yes, and although TSMC did like invent the technology that Apple used and whatnot, it's going to be up to like NVIDIA or Intel or whoever uses TSMC to be able to fully like harness the technology for TSMC to put it in.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I just kind of liken it to like an ARM license sort of thing, where it's like ARM is like, yeah, you can use our technology with the license and whatnot, but it's like you really have to make your own thing out of it and whatnot.
Yeah,
Like, it is what you make of it.
and I don't know on that part, because Apple made it seem, at least with that given technology right now, that more or less they're the one in control of it.
Yeah.
They at least have the proprietary licensing for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see other people using that type of stuff or their own given flavor in a matter of time, I think it would be kind of a while before it happens, though. Mainly because when it comes to cards right now, they are just too insanely hot for that type of, like, to make them any more bigger right now without improvements in cooling, which hasn't happened in probably 10 years.
Yeah. We would have to crack, like, brand new way to cool GPU core sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless that happens, then or we go to 4 slots, it's just probably not going to happen anytime soon.
Right.
At least on a commercial or not commercial, consumer cards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in data centers and things like that, but definitely not in the consumer fields.
Yeah. Still a very long ways off.
Yeah.
But that is the last article for today.
Yes, it is. Get my thing to stop refreshing. There we go. All right. Any other outside those topics you wanted to cover? Anything interesting?
I saw something that's like AMD's like, hold on, let me try and pull it back up here. It's like apparently an upcoming CPU from AMD is not going to be overclockable, but
Yeah, the 5800 X3D.
yes, that one. Okay.
Yeah. So I know AMD is doing like that cool thing where they're like 3D like memory cache built into it, so they have higher bandwidths and higher L3, L2 type memories.
Okay.
And at least for the moment, from what leaks have said, the card is, or the CPU is not going to be overclockable. I can understand why if they're trying to control the temperatures very
precisely. Yeah.
because it's still a new technology. We don't know how susceptible something to like heat that is exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my idea of why they're limiting it.
Yeah, the whole stack thing is kind of
Yeah.
requires more data to try to navigate through.
Yeah. But it is cool to see that technology implemented. It's not the first time that technology has been used.
Mm-hmm.
HBM2 is like a third dimension stacked memory system, along with the 3D chiplets used on that Samsung makes for their SSDs and RAM sticks.
Yes, that we talked about before.
Yes.
700 gigs of RAM.
Yes. Those are a little different because they're bigger, so the heat isn't generated nearly as much per given cubic millimeter. But once it's on a chip like that and it's interacting right next to like another chiplet on it, it's a little bit of a different story.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my imagination there. Is a heat issue.
Okay. That seems made sense. Well, we'll see what the performance gains will be from it.
Yes. I think it's going to be at least significant when it comes to things like gaming.
Yeah.
Because that's what primarily benefits from bigger L2 and L3 caches.
Yes, because you can load up more instructions.
Yes. And you don't typically need that stuff for given other professional programs like video editing, photography, because they're a little bit simpler, to put it that way.
Yeah.
It's more memory intensive on RAM.
Can I have a 3080 Ti for my birthday?
No.
Can you find a 3080 Ti?
Can a 3080 Ti fit in your case?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, my 1080 Ti is massive. Like, I could probably find a 3080 Ti that's about the same size or just slightly smaller, so...
You're getting a 950.
That's worse than I have right now.
I'm aware.
You're getting a GTX 1030, which outperforms the Fury X, by the way.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
No.
It was
Roland.
Was it 1030 or 1050?
1030.
Okay, I forgot.
The GT 1030.
I thought it was a 1050. I was like, that was such a dumb statement.
Yes.
All right. Anything else to go over?
No.
Any water cooler topics?
No? Okay, we're all staring at each other with blank expressions.
All right. Neato. Well, I guess we could start wrapping it up then.
Yes.
To go over the stuff like we did in the beginning, of course, if you enjoyed the podcast, subscribe. Much appreciated. Hit that bell so you know when we go live, because we're in Arizona and time zones change. So for some other people outside of Arizona, it might have been a little bit later for you guys. So if you really want to know, hit that bell. It makes it easier.
The Senate passed a bill
I know.
to get rid of daylight savings time last week.
You non-Arizonans are so inferior, you have to pass a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that funny. It's like they definitely woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day.
All of them.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's
fuck
like,
this.
Fuck it.
Yeah. They all forgot to set their clots like forward or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The people who voted no are probably Arizonans. Like, suffer.
I mean, like daylight savings was nice when, like, back in the day, you had like candlelight pretty much. But with electricity and light bulbs and technology and stuff, daylight savings is basically irrelevant.
Here's
Irrelevant.
Here's the thing. The future's now, old man.
You know how like our time zones are like neatly segmented in like an hour and whatnot,
No.
and like hour intervals.
Because like Arizona and Ohio, wherever they are, whatever other state does it, they fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in general though.
Yes, in general,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. India has kind of an issue because like they have time zones that are like 15 to 30 minutes off from each other.
That's hilarious.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like, sub, hit the bell. If you
Become
want
a share hodler.
yeah, become a share hodler. The membership program, $5 a month, get some cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
And the other platforms, if you wish to spread the good word, Twitter at tech_4, the number 4_ thought, and Instagram at tech_4, spelled FOR_thought.
The TikTok's already dead.
We have a TikTok.
We do. Tech for Thought. I uploaded one video and then I gave up.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Where can we find you guys?
Find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Mostly tech and anime over there, so go check it out.
Hentai.
Lots of it.
Simple. I'm at Filmed by G-Man. I'm usually G-Man Films, but when it's not available, I have to mix it up. Something I've carried over from like the back ye old playthrough days on YouTube when I was the all the rage.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let me reserve this.
I'll keep this in my pocket forever.
Pretty much.
You can find me at Nerd Awakens. Don't follow me today unless you want a bunch of fucking balloons coming up on your screen.
Because it is, in fact, his birthday.
Yes. Happy
Happy
birthday to our producer,
birthday.
Sean.
You're making me work on my birthday. I hate you guys.
We always work on our birthdays.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
It's a day off for me.
Wow, I wish.
You ruined
Okay.
tradition.
I wish.
I worked on my birthday before. It's fine.
See,
Okay.
work would imply that you're getting paid for this, Sean.
I'm volunteering on my birthday.
Yes. You're being voluntold on your birthday.
Facts. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, with that, of course, we do thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.